Brilliant. So thank you so much for coming along tonight. Before we begin, I would just like to acknowledge that I'm here with you today on the land of the Kaurna people of the Adelaide Plains, and that there may be people attending the session from many different First Nations lands. And I would like to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and recognise that the cultural heritage and beliefs of these people are of continuing importance to First Nations people today, and that this always was and always will be Aboriginal land. So again, thank you very much for joining us for this candidate forum. If you were here briefly before I've started, you would have heard that we've had one late withdrawal this afternoon from a candidate. So we do actually only have one candidate who is appearing live at this session tonight, but we have got some recordings, hello Amy, but we have got some recordings from other candidates that they've pre-prepared that we will show when it's time to ask these questions as well. And I would also like to introduce Chanel McAuliffe, who has agreed to be our facilitator tonight. Chanel is the financial counsellor at USASA, and I'm sure she will do an excellent job, and I'm very grateful that she's agreed to do this for us tonight. So I guess I will just now let Chanel take things going, and we can kick things off. Does anyone have any questions or concerns before we start? No, beautiful. All right, thank you, Chanel.
Thank you for joining us today. As Bridget mentioned, my name is Chanel and I will be the facilitator for the UniSA Online Student Election Candidate Forum. We have some pre-prepared questions to get things started, and after that we will open questions from the floor. If you would like to ask a question, please say so in the chat window. You can either type your question or ask it out loud when called upon. Amy, you will be invited to answer first, and then we will play the recordings of Michael's and Sylvia's responses. You have a maximum of 2 minutes to answer each question, but sometimes less is more, so do not feel like you need to use the whole time. Question 1, why have you chosen to run for the USASA Board, and why should people vote for you?
Hi, first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I feel like I'm just kind of being put out there. My name's Amy. Look, I've chosen to run for the board is because I know what it's like to study online. I've travelled overseas, I've moved interstate, and I'm now in Adelaide whilst I've been studying. And look, I found it difficult to network and find like-minded people whilst I've been studying. And so look, for me, being part of the board will mean improving the networking because I want everyone to have a chance to connect and to network no matter where you are, because it's important, especially when you're studying, for your future. Yeah.
Thank you for your response. Thanks for your response, Amy. We will now hear from Sylvia and then Michael. Please be aware that Sylvia's video combines a few answers and will be played again at the end.
Hi everyone, my name is Sylvia Zhodkovsky and I'm running for student representative for the UniSA Online campus. I'm really sorry I couldn't make it there today. I had other things that I needed to unfortunately do and I couldn't rearrange. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm studying my Bachelor of Business Management at the moment. I'm in my second year, about to start third year soon. And my hobbies include playing volleyball. I love that sport, I love playing it. 6-man squad indoor, and I also am a video gamer. I love to play my video games and tabletop games. But I'm just going to make this short and sweet of why you should vote for me. I essentially just want to improve your studying experience throughout your degree. That's why you should vote for me. And if elected as student representative, I want to improve, reduce, or get rid of that feeling of disconnectedness that I felt throughout my degree. And lastly, the other issue I definitely want to see if I can, reduce would be to either reduce some of the coursework weekly material, if I can say that, or at least distinguish between, the most important coursework material and the least. And for people like me that I struggle to complete all the weekly coursework, we can always just focus on the most important ones and the most important aspects of that. And I'll get that done by asking you through emails and surveys. Thank you so much.
Hi, good morning online student team. My name is Michael. I am an online student in Construction Management, Bachelor of Construction Management, and I'm currently in my final year of my studies, so I complete my course mid-2022. Apologies in advance, I'm unable to attend due to work commitments this morning, but be rest assured, my commitment to representing you and voicing the issues that matter to you are very important. So why have I chosen to run for the USASA Board? Well, I've chosen to run because online learning is really important to me. It's something that I'm really passionate in. I was given a great opportunity to achieve my goals through online learning, and it opened doors for me that otherwise wouldn't have been opened. Hence why I've endeavoured to ensure a high standard of learning is maintained for all students, and that's the key premise of why I'm choosing to run for student representation.
The next question for the candidates is a bit of a long one, so here goes. What do you think are the top 2 issues for UniSA online students in 2021, and what will you advocate for if elected?
Okay, so I guess that's where I come into. Look, I have struggled with, and this is why I'm running for it, is networking. I did mention it on my previous post, but sometimes you're behind a screen and you feel like you're in a wall and you feel like you're by yourself, but I know that you're not. So the key is to find those networks and to build on those networks. And the second one is also finding like-minded people. I have been lucky in that I found 2 amazing ladies that I've connected with through online, but I want that experience for everyone, because these ladies have helped me achieve my best and have inspired me. And for me, everyone needs that opportunity to connect with, because sometimes people may not be using social media, and it's important and it's imperative to connect with people that are like-minded, because without that, sometimes you feel like you really are all alone. And being online is we know is the way of the future. So, and everything can be done online. So those 2 are very important, and I believe that networking and like-minded people are the top 2 priorities that I will concentrate on, but also, available to everything else as well.
Great, thank you, Amy. Now we'll see Sylvia and Michael's response. Actually, just a note that we only have Michael's response at this time.
So what are the 2 top issues in UniSA Online Students that are facing in 2021 that I find are most prevalent? Well, as a student myself, from my observations, a lot of you are juggling work commitments and study at the same time. A lot of you may already be working in your chosen academic field. So I believe one big issue is ensuring learning content is practical and relevant to your real-world situations. Furthermore, as more people are heading back to work, it's really about making sure that time management is at the forefront. So the big issue for me is ensuring the key issue of making sure that online content is practical and relevant, and also ensuring that the content works within your own lifestyle schedule as well.
Thanks, Michael. If there is more, we do have a couple more questions prepared to ask the candidates, but I would like to invite any questions from the floor for Amy, who is now live with us. Please let us know in the chat if you would like to ask a question, but I'll put it to the floor, Amy, if there's anything you would like to put forward.
Not from my end, but feel free to ask me any questions if you have anything that you would like to ask me. I'm happy to answer.
Okay. We might move on to question 3. So what is your proudest achievement so far? This can be personal or professional.
Look, I took a while to think about this one, but you know what? This one's a little cliche, but for me it is. I could say that I've traveled the world, and I've lived in many different countries, and I've done this alone. or I've started a successful photography business. But to me, it's raising my two little children, a 4- and 6-year-old, whilst I've been studying. I need to be the best example because they mirror everything that I do. And for me, studying late in life, I want them to know that they can achieve anything they want to. And I've had my ups and downs, but I don't give up. And studying online can be difficult because of the extracurricular activities that a lot of people do have whilst they're online. So, but raising my little children, and whilst they treat people with respect, and I want them to grow up to realize they can achieve anything that they want. That's why I am doing everything that I can to be that best example.
Beautiful. Thank you, Amy. Okay, question 4. Oh, sorry, we're now going to see Michael's response. Just a moment.
So what is my proudest achievement? This one's a personal one. It's proposing to my partner of 5 years. So that's really one that I'm really proud of.
Okay, short and sweet from Michael there. So we'll move on to question 4. Sometimes it can be difficult to represent the views to students with such diverse needs and priorities. What will your approach be to finding out students' concerns, ideas, or opinions?
All right, this question is my question. Diversity is my thing. I love the fact that we are all diverse. I love the fact that we have different needs, wants, desires, and everything about us is different. That is why being a representative and finding out those different ones, it will be difficult because everyone is different and everyone is diverse. But I will find the unique voice that everyone has, and I will work out what everyone needs specifically depending on where they are, because we know online could be across the other side of the world, they could be interstate, they could be here in Adelaide where I am. But as I said, I understand being around the world as well. So finding those diverse opinions and working with that when I'm in the role. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you again, Amy. Okay, we'll have Michael's response now.
So in terms of hearing what your issues are and actually advocating them, I assure you that I will be a representative who will give each issue the attention it requires. And I promise you will get a reply and we'll work towards a solution together.
Okay, thank you, Michael. So we'll invite any other questions from the floor. Amy, did you have anything to put forward at this point? No, that's fine. Okay, so we might have one. Just a moment.
It's Jane. My name is Jane. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I have a question for Amy.
Yeah.
So I heard that you find the diversity and working with it. So do you have any experience to working with other people from different culture, and what is the best experience that you have so far?
Thank you for your question. Look, yes, I do. I have lived in an array of different countries. I lived in Turkey, I've lived in Abu Dhabi, I've lived in China, I've lived in South Korea, I've lived in Indonesia and Sydney and Gold Coast. There's an array of experience there. Look, it's about communication. Without communication is the key to working with diversity. Whether there's a language barrier, a cultural barrier, or any other barrier that you deal with, it's about finding that unique connection between the two of you. And without that connection, you won't succeed. So look, to summarize it really quickly, I know I've got a two minute kind of time slot, but it's communication, whether it's writing or cultural or pictures or something. It's a way about talking with that one to find the mutual like-minded kind of avenues.
Okay, so maybe finding common ground.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Great,
Yeah.
thanks, Amy. Any other questions from the floor? Okay, so we'll move on to question 5. So in 60 seconds or less, summarize your position and why you should be elected to the board.
Passionate. My love for diversity and equality, my desire to see real change, not just for now, but for future online students, to make ours and their experience even better. We even know through COVID that online work is what makes the world continue. So we can do great things online and on the internet. So let's keep going and let me be the change that you need for the future.
Great, thanks, Amy. Now we'll go to Michael's pre-recorded answer.
I assure you that by voting for me, together we can work as a team and ensure that we keep those doors of opportunity to open together, and work towards having a cohesive environment in your learning studies and making sure that your issues are met and heard. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Michael. So some key messages there were cohesion and being heard. Now we'll go to Sylvia's pre-recorded answer.
Hi everyone, my name is Sylvia and I'm running for student representative for the UniSA Online Campus. I'm really sorry I couldn't make it there today. I had other things that I needed to unfortunately do and I couldn't rearrange. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm studying my Bachelor of Business Management at the moment. I'm in my 2nd year, about to start 3rd year soon. And my hobbies include playing volleyball. I love that sport. I love playing it. 6-man squad indoor. And I also am a video gamer. I love to play my video games and tabletop games. But I'm just going to make this short and sweet of why you should vote for me. I essentially just want to improve your studying experience about your degree. That's why you should vote for me. And if elected as student representative, I want to improve, reduce, or get rid of that feeling of disconnectedness that I felt throughout my degree. And lastly, the other issue I definitely want to see if I can reduce would be to either reduce some of the coursework weekly material, if I can say that, or at least distinguish between the most important coursework material and the least. And for people like me that I struggle to complete all the weekly coursework, we can always just focus on the most important ones and the most important aspects of that. And I'll get that done by asking you through emails and surveys. Thank you so much.
So we heard from Sylvia there, and some of her key responses were about connectedness and prioritizing coursework. So great answer from Sylvia there. So I'll just put it out to the floor one final time as we wrap up for any final questions.
Can I just mention it a bit more?
Okay, well, thank you all for joining us. Oh, okay, go ahead, Amy.
Sorry, I've seen that the pre-recorded people have kind of given a little bit more about themselves, and I'd love to sort of have that opportunity to, and just let everyone know that I'm also in my 3rd year studying a Bachelor of Psychological Science and Sociology. I love it dearly, and my ultimate goal is to become in social policy. And yeah, I have 2 little children, and I am in Adelaide as well for the moment.
Great, thanks for sharing some further insights about yourself, Amy. All right, well, thank you all for joining us tonight. This session has been recorded and will be uploaded to the USASA website tomorrow. Good luck to all the candidates.